Hi everybody, I am so excited to be back. We're looking at a new segment now and we're looking at children and money. If you're a parent and you have children that are below the age of 18 years old, you need to watch this video. So subscribe. This is Rina Hicks and you're on MoneyWise, where we create, grow and preserve wealth. So a couple of weeks ago, I was tagged on a post, and this post was somebody asking, I want to open a bank account for my children. Where should I open it? Who are the best banks and financial institutions out there that have an offering that can take care of what I am looking for? And so I got tagged onto this post, and I said, you know what? I am going to do my research. So I've done my research. But before I tell you what I have found out, I would like to just explain for those of you who are out there thinking, bank for my 5-year-old, for my 10-year-old, 11-year-old, why? Why do I need a bank account for my child? Here's the thing. When you open a bank account for your child, and for them to actually be able to save in, you start to teach them very critical things, things that will be invaluable to them as they grow up and as they become adults and going to getting work and going into business and that sort of thing. So it's critical that they start to understand things like saving and interest and debt and delayed gratification, and it gives you an opportunity to then start to teach these things. And so when they save in their piggy bank and they have an opportunity to go and put it in an institution, they will then start to understand the role of a bank. What does a bank do? What are these different terminologies that some of us adults still today don't understand? What's a withdrawal? How do I earn interest? What's the rate? What happens if I keep withdrawing and I don't have money in my account? If it's a savings account that is above a certain minimum, what happens? Those sorts of things are things that you only learn when you're in the game. You can't theoretically learn about it in a class. It's only when you start to actually experience it that you begin to learn. So if you have a child below 18, please open a bank account for them that they kind of take charge for and deposit into. That way then they'll start to understand how the financial services work and how the financial system in general works and how they can grow the money that they have and what it's for. Let me just share this story with you because it's actually a practical example. I have a friend who had been bothered by her son so much. She called me and said, listen, Rina, I need you to help me. Just sit down with this boy and he wants to buy some shares and just listen out. This child was below 12 years old. He came to my office. His mom did not say a thing. In fact, it wasn't his mom who brought him. It was another relative who had the time to bring him during work hours. He was on holiday and he came into my office, and explained to me the fact that he wanted to buy shares and wanted to know the procedure. So I explained the procedure and I said, okay, would you like to know which shares to buy? He said, no, I know what shares I want to buy. And I said, oh, okay. How old are you again? And he explained that he's done his research, he's been reading about it, and he wanted to buy Safaricom shares. And he bought the shares. Obviously, you have to be over 18 to have an account. So we worked it out in such a way that his mom was a primary account holder and he was a secondary account holder. And this child today has doubled the value of the shares that he brought. His mom had opened an account for him with a bank, where they saved money, and he understood how the saving process goes. He then decided how he wanted to grow that money further was through shares, and he knew which shares to buy. What am I trying to say by this point? I am trying to say that sometimes we look at children and we think, no, they don't understand. It's too out there and up there for them to get. But they understand it. From the time a child learns how to count, they begin to understand that this is bigger than the other and I can add more here and it will be bigger. And from the time they can start to count, you can start to teach them about money. And it is so amazing if these children can start to understand these things as they grow older, because the decisions that they will make will set them up for greatness and they will not struggle with the kind of financial challenges we are struggling with at the moment. So do take advantage of this opportunity, because in the next videos, I will be telling you what I found out about the financial institutions we have in this nation and what they have to offer for children under 18 years old. This is Rina Hicks. You're on MoneyWise, where we create, grow, and preserve wealth.